Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathleen. In today's video I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys my wrap up for the month of December, which is the last wrap up for the year 2017, and of course the books I'm planning on reading during the month of January. Now I know we are like almost 2 weeks into the month of January, but honestly the past month and a half have been very crazy. The month of December, the first week of December, I had my finals, and then after that I was working a lot. I worked a lot of overtime because at the end of December I actually went to Ireland. So the past week and a half I have been in Ireland. I spent the New Year's there and then the first week of January there. It was amazing. I actually did end up filming my adventures in Ireland, so I will be having that video up very soon for you guys, so you guys can check out what I did in Ireland. So I did actually come back from Ireland this past Sunday, and then Monday I already had the first day of school. So as you can see from all of this busyness, I actually ended up catching a cold, so I am a little bit under the weather. With all this craziness, I only ended up reading 3 books in the month of December, which I think it's still pretty good considering how busy the month was. And so I chose 4 books to read during the month of January. But of course, let's go ahead and get started first with the books that I read during the month of December. So the first book that I read during the month of December was Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I have had this book on my shelves for so long, and I never picked it up, and I honestly ended up really loving this book. I gave it 4 stars. It's honestly not the most original YA fantasy book out there, I'm not gonna lie, but I enjoyed it. I found it to be very fast-paced, and I really enjoyed the main character. I really connected with her and her dilemma and her need to protect her family. In case you haven't read the Red Queen series, it's very hyped up, but it is this fantasy world where everyone is divided by the color of their blood. So we have the Silver Bloods and the Red Bloods. The Silver Bloods rule over the Red Bloods because they have special abilities. So anybody who has Silver Bloods, they have these special elemental abilities. But our main character, she is a Red Blood, and it turns out she has a gift, and the Silver Bloods, they're very confused by her because again, she's a Red Blood and she has ability, and that's not supposed to happen. So what they do, they decide to hide her in plain sight. They tell the public that she is a long lost silver princess. That's where the adventure starts. I honestly really liked the story. I found it to be very entertaining, again very fast paced, and again I really connected with the main character, and I honestly can't wait to continue on with the series. However, I'm very skeptical because I've heard mixed reviews in regards to the sequels of this book. I heard that they're not that great, so I'm nervous about it because I really liked the first book. And then the next book that I read was The Selection by Kiera Cass. This was a book that I was never planning on reading. It just doesn't sound interesting, but my good friend Chloe from the Brunette Bibliophile, this is one of her favorite series, and she kept pushing me to read this book, and I finally read it. Me and her decided to do a 24-hour readathon thing. I decided to go ahead and pick up this book during that 24-hour readathon, and so I did read it in one sitting. I did enjoy it. I found it to be very entertaining. I did like the story, and I actually gave this book 4 stars, but it's honestly hovering around the 3.5 stars for me. I found America's Singer to be annoying sometimes, and I hated the love triangle in this book with a passion. I do like one of the love interests, but I don't like the other guy. I just don't like the decisions that he makes. I feel like he tries to make decisions for America, and that's not, I hate that with a passion. So I don't like the love triangle in this book, in this series. But regardless, I actually did enjoy the story. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. I honestly can't wait to read the next book, which is The Elite. And finally, the last book that I read during the month of December is my favorite book that I read during the month of December, and it is 13 Rising by Romina Russell. This is the 4th and final book in her Zodiac series, and in case I don't talk enough about the Zodiac on my channel, the Zodiac is all about the 12 Zodiac signs, and they live harmoniously and peacefully in their own galaxy. Each different sign have their own people, their own politics, their own religions, their own languages, and their own technology, and it's so cool, and I really like it. And the plot of the story is that there's this 13th sign that kind of reveals itself, and it wants to destroy the 12 Zodiac signs. I enjoy the series so much, and I feel like it's such an underappreciated series here on BookTube. Not a lot of people talk about it, and it's very sad for me. And this is the 4th and final book, and I read it during the last few weeks of December, and I loved it. It was so good. The ending just wrapped up everything so nicely, and I loved how it ended. It was just really nicely. If you haven't read The Zodiac, I would so highly recommend it because it's such a great series, and I cannot sing enough praises about this book. I gave this book 5 stars because I loved it so much I couldn't give it anything less. Alright, so those were the 3 books that I read during the month of December. Honestly, it's not a lot, but with the month that I had, I'm glad I got something read. So in the month of January, because school has started, I am going to just pick 4 books to read and slowly work my way into reading more as I get used to my new school schedule. So the first book that I'm planning on reading during the month of January is a book that I already started reading, and it is A Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. This is actually the Once Upon a Read-Along's book pick of the month, and our live show is this Sunday, January 14th at 6 p.m. on Chloe's channel. I haven't mentioned this on my channel, but I am the new co-host for the Once Upon a Read-Along because the other co-host had to step out for some personal reasons. So Chloe asked if I could step in, and I said of course, it would be fun. And this is our book pick of the month for the month of December. I am about 100 pages into this book, and I really love it. I love the main character. He's so funny, and this book is just making me smile and gush and just laugh, and I just love the antics and their adventures together so far, and I cannot wait to continue on with this book and then share my feelings on Sunday because Chloe already finished reading this book and she absolutely loved it. So I'm so looking forward to reading the rest of this book. Alright, and so the next book that I'm planning on reading during the month of January is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. This is the year that I decided I wanted to reread the Harry Potter series. It's been many years since I first read it, and I haven't reread it since, and I wanted to go ahead and read my illustrated editions. I realized there's only 3 of them out right now, and then there's like 1 coming out every year, but I don't want to wait until all 7 books are published in the illustrated edition before I start rereading the books. So I decided to just go ahead and read the 3 illustrated editions that are out now and then read the others in normal book form. But I'm so excited. Again, it's been many years since I've read this series, and it is one of my favorite series of all time. I love the Harry Potter series, so I'm excited to delve into the stories and the magic all over again. And the next book that I'm planning on reading during the month of January is actually the BIBLIO Squad's book pick of the month for the month of January. So we did not have a December book pick of the month, and we did not have a December live show because we just couldn't agree on a live show date. So we decided to just go ahead and take a break for the month of December and come back in January. So our January book pick of the month is Unearthed by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. And this, I'm very excited for this book, to be honest. It's a sci-fi adventure, and it has to do with aliens that were believed to be long extinct, and they send out a message, and it sounds freaking cool. This book was just recently released. I believe it was published yesterday, and our live show for this book is actually on February 3rd, which is a Saturday. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on G Swizzle Books channel. I'm so excited for this book. I actually just ordered my book, so it should be here in a few days. Ever since I read Illuminate, I've been wanting to read another book by Amy Kaufman, and I'm so excited for this book because it just happens to be a sci-fi book set in outer space. One of my favorite types of books to read now, and I'm so excited for this book. Alright, and so the final book that I'm planning on reading during the month of January is one of my wrapped books. So in case you did not watch my 2018 reading resolutions and goals video, I'll leave it linked on the screen for you guys if you'd like to check it out. I have 14 books that have been on my shelves for a while. They have been on my shelves for at least 2 years, and I picked them out and I wrapped each one of them, and I don't know which books are which, and each of them have numbers on the spine that I wrote down. There are 14 of them, and I'm planning on reading all 14 books this year, and I want to read at least one every month. So this first one, I asked my mom to just give me a number between 1 and 14, and she chose 7. So this is going to be my 4th book that I'm planning on reading this month. I remember some of them, but not all of them, so we'll see which one this is. The texture of the cover is different. I don't know what it is, so let's see. Oh, Okay, alright, so this is new by Lynn Matson, and it's about a girl. She finds herself on the island, and there are rules. You have to escape the island in 1 year, and so you have 365 days to escape the island, otherwise you get stuck there forever. I've had this book for so long, and I actually met the author for this book, and she actually signed it for me. When I first bought this book, I was so excited to read it, but then I got excited over other books, and this one just kind of like took the back seat to my excitement. So this is the 4th and final book I will be reading. Alright guys, so those were the 4 books that I'm planning on reading during the month of January. Let me know down in the comments below, how is your year going so far? I've had an incredible start to this year because I was in Ireland. I was in a beautiful, beautiful country. But now I'm just like trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm trying to start reading more because the trip kind of interrupted my reading. And I'm sick and school has started, which I'm not happy about, but hey, just let me know how you guys are doing in this new year. Anyway guys, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. All of my social medias are linked down below, including Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads if you like to follow me. I hope to see you guys on my next video. Have a good day guys, and keep reading. Bye!